What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here on the Odd Shopper channel, coming to you with my three favorite prize picks for Friday, August 19th. Hit that like button, subscribe button, and notification bell as we get going here. I'm doing the long view because I'm exhausted. I don't want you all to see my face. I am hideous. No, it's fine. I'm feeling okay. I don't really know what I'm saying right now, but I am going to say, use promo code OSMO, gets you $100 first match deposit bonus. That is good stuff. We like that. You know what we don't like? The last 2 days. I came back to the prize pick streets and Aaron Judge doesn't homer. That's sad. And then, the day before it, we got the Judge over. We got Torres over in that come from behind win. And we got Cy Consulate on the mound. And yesterday, it was great because I shorted DeGrom and Darvish because they had really, really high fantasy totals. And just seems like there's been some really high fantasy totals lingering out in the streets this week. So let's get to it, shall we? Once again, hit that like button, goes a long way for me. But pitcher fantasy score. There's another guy that I want to short. I don't want to short Shane McClanahan. That seems about perfect at 42.5. Just a tiny bit high, but nothing that I really want to be attacking. Patrick Sandoval, little bit high, but nothing I really want to attack there either. But Aaron Nola, 39.5? 39.5. That's pretty high against the Mets. We're going to be taking an under here on one Aaron Nola. Remember, they use FanDuel scoring for prize picks. So you get the quality start, you get the win, you get all of those things. But this is a very tough matchup going up against the Mets. And is Aaron Nola good? Hell yeah, he's good. He's got a 261 xWOBA, a 27.9% K percentage, and walks less than 4% of hitters. That's as elite as it gets in baseball for a starting pitcher, especially. So Aaron Nola, very good. But this matchup, man, going up against the Mets on the season, they strike out less than 20% of the time against right-handed pitching on the aggregate. 116 WRC plus and a 154 ISO. This is as tough of a matchup as it gets. And as you go specifically through some of these hitters, you have Jeff McNeil strikes out at a 12.8% rate. Brett Beatty, I think he's going to be a low strikeout guy too. Added to the back half of this lineup, Beatty. It's got to be Beatty, B-A-T-Y. He's got lots of power. Enjoy that. Brandon Nimmo, another guy from the left side, 16.9%. Canna's back in the lineup, 18.7%. Lindor sub 20%. Marte sub 20%. Pete Alonso at 20%. The only guy really that I'm looking at in this lineup, Daniel Vogelbach or Tyler Naquin, they're right at 25%. That is just crazy. This Mets team does not strike out very much. So, yes, Nola, 27.9% K percentage, but a lot of the damage he's going to do is just getting deep into this game without giving up runs. And it's a very, very difficult matchup. So I find it pretty simple for me to look at 39.5, and that is too damn high. We have him projected at Stochastic around 34.6. So we're talking about a 5 fantasy point disparity. I have him projected a little bit lower because I do think the Mets are too imposing to be hanging up 39.5 for Aaron Nola. So I love shorting some of these fantasy scores on these elite pitchers because it just seems like they're too damn high. And, the K props feel pretty efficient today. I promise I'm looking at those every single day too. But Aaron Nola, we're going to be shorting him. Let's move on. All right. We are going to, where I'm going. We're going to total home runs. And this is a really fascinating board. So Aaron Judge is plus 180. I'm upset with him, but I promise you, I'm probably going to get some shares of that. Don't really want to, I like that we get 4 batters for Atlanta, but against Lance McCullers, he only has 1 start, but he looked pretty good. And that curveball is filthy. Adolis Garcia, Corey Seager, and Marcus Semien. I like this one. Probably going to be boxing in some Garcia if the weather cooperates there in Minnesota, but time will tell. We'll see exactly how that pans out. Going to be going to this one too. Nolan Arenado, not a part of it, but that's just kind of a foregone conclusion. But I want to talk through the San Francisco one because this is the chalk of all chalk. And this is really a spot where I want the over on the home run, obviously, because that's what I always do because you want to correlate it with the overs. And if somebody hits a bomb, everything covers at once. Sometimes when you take unders and you correlate it, a hitter can still get there, even though they don't have the home runs there. So if you ever wanted me to explain why it is that I correlate the overs, that is why it is. But Jock Pederson, he's the guy with the best odds on the entire board right now from this trio, plus 235 at DK. I'm looking at the DK Sportsbook, of course. Evan Longoria, plus 340, and Wilmer Flores, plus 370. What this really comes down to, though, is Jock Pederson has been bad. And I don't really know what to make of all of it. I mean, when you're getting pinch hit for constantly, I think I'd be a little pissed off, especially with the torrid start that he had. He's sub 4K on DK today. It's an absolute broken tag, but I think there's a way to get exposure here where we're able to correlate with Jock, and I'm going to have some of that. He's projected for 9.5 fantasy points here, but did you know Jock Pederson has not hit a home run since June? June. We're talking, let me find the exact date. Jock Jams has not hit a home run since he hit one against Mike Minor. Mike Minor, left on left crime in Cincinnati. Well, no, that was in San Francisco against Mike Minor, but hit a home run on June 25th. I don't know if you guys noticed, but it's August 19th. So he just skipped all of July, took that off. Congratulations. Hope you enjoyed your sabbatical. But this is a spot where Jose Urena must be punished, and he must be punished appropriately because he is so bad at pitching baseballs. It's not even funny. His 4.8 ERA should be worse. His 1.6 whip is horrible like it should be. But my real thing is that in 50 innings, he's given up 8 homers, and that should be higher than that. And that's already not good. So I'm just throwing that out there for you too. You're going to have relievers come in. Jock Pederson could get pinch hit for, and that's kind of what I wanted to discuss was how can I still correlate this and how can I still have this where Jock Pederson is generally the guy that I would want to correlate because plus 235, he's got the best chances out of anybody. But because of how bad he's been, I think I'm actually going to be correlating with the guy with the worst home run odds because of the fantasy score number that exists. And Wilmer Flores, let me double check his runs scored line here as well. But 7.5, we have him projected for 9.5 today. That's the identical projection that you have for Jock Pederson. And you know you're not getting pinch hit for. You know you could probably, no doubt about it, lock in Wilmer Flores. So long as he's in the lineup to start the game. That would be the apocalypse if he wasn't. But I think I'm going to be correlating with one Wilmer as opposed to Jock Jams here in this one. There's no fantasy score available for our friend Evan Longoria, so we don't even have to think about that. But let me find this runs line because it's something to just kind of double check while I'm doing it live. Minus 130 for Wilmer Flores. That's kind of about the appropriate gap for both of them. So if you wanted to go runs, if you wanted to go hitter fantasy score, if you wanted to even go total bases, I'm pretty sure the total bases was negative money when I looked at it, minus money, if you will. This is really riveting viewing for everybody involved. Minus 115 there. So I do think fantasy score 1, runs 2, probably don't need to be going near the total bases. If he hits a home run, then obviously everything cashes and yay, we don't have to think about anything. But the reason Jock Pederson is just kind of a write-off for me, you get the RBIs, you get the fantasy score, but if he gets 2 or 3 at bats, it's kind of a brutal draw. Maybe he can be the home run guy, but Wilmer Flores still has a pretty good chance of covering that 7.5 or being one of the guys, if, Jock is batting cleanup like he's been of late against right-handed pitching, then you're set. You just simply get that RBI or that run in from Wilmer, and you're set. You could do the runs instead. But Aaron Nola, I like the under there. Jock Pederson, Evan Longoria, Wilmer Flores. Oh, I got to finish the analysis here. So Jose Urena, 478 expected slugging. He has almost an identical K rate and walk rate, 11.9% to 11.5%. That is absurd bad. That is so bad. I don't even know if I'm going to play DFS tonight because of how bad that is and how bad the pricing is. But, such is life. We must continue on. You make your own decisions, but I will definitely have the over on this home run prop. That is for Darden Tootin over on PrizePicks. So those are my 3 favorites for today. We've got the under of 39.5 for Aaron Nola, Jock Pederson, Evan Longoria, and Wilmer Flores, the over of 0.5, and Wilmer Flores over 7.5 hitter fantasy score. Let me know what you think of my plays below in the comment section. Let me know a couple of your plays. Talk me into a couple. Hey, if we hit this one, the last 2 days, they're just a wash. It's good to be back, but I would prefer to be making you all money as opposed to not making you money. So go check out PrizePicks. I've got the apparel on for whatever reason today. It's just lovely and comfortable, and thank you to PrizePicks. But use promo code AWESEMO, $100 first match deposit bonus when you sign up over there. That's what it says in the corner, so that's what you should do. I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the MLB streets this Friday.